like Newton, the fastest thing Newton saw was like a horse. So all his it's just like all his equations worked like on Earth.
Right.
And Einstein saw like these really like, and then Galileo invented the telescope, and he had some things to say about Newton, which I'm not entirely sure. But like Einstein used Newton and Galileo, but he applied it to like really far away, really fast things, and so he was like, "Oh, this doesn't really work. Like things aren't where they should be. Like gravity must be something different." And so he's like, "Oh, maybe it curved." I like how Einstein made that logical leap.
Right.
I will never
Must have been
know.
on something.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like we need another Einstein to like move physics further again, I guess.
I think it's interesting how you were talking about Newton, like fastest thing he saw was a horse, so everything worked. When I was in high school, I took an AP physics class, and my physics teacher, on the first day of class, he's like, we're gonna learn a lot of things in this class,
Yeah.
and none of those things will be true. Like everything we will learn is like not true, but it's gonna be so close
Yes.
that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, by the way, Mr. Plank, if you're watching this, like, great teacher. But yeah, it's interesting to think about like the reality that you know for your whole life, and then to think about like none of like it's not what's really going on, but we just don't really have the capability. Like
We've
at
had
least
to
us.
simplify it for us to be able to use it in a practical way,
Yeah.
because we don't have a way to merge like all of the different areas of physics into one.
Like a unifying equation. We're still
working on that.
Yeah, in the search for that.
It's still in our homework to-do list.
We've been
The
working
Notion
on
page.
that for a while.
Yeah.
I think some people say
Not a lot
Einstein's
of pro-
equations have been holding us back, and it's because you can't veer too far off them to actually find anything else
Yeah,
that
like-
could unify us. Because I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. but-
Yeah, like we treat things as laws until like they're broken, and we're at the point where like we're gonna need to break like black holes. Like they clearly break Einstein's laws. It's
Yeah.
like we need new understanding.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with having like mathematics and science. It's too regimented and too stuck in one way of thinking that any research that goes too far out maybe
And this is
gets
like
too much scrutiny or maybe not enough. I don't know.
you guys have all heard of like string theory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it
But
might
it's like,
be,
oh boy.
Oh boy.
it might have some right ideas, but like it's probably wrong. And the issue is like a lot of the physicists have bet their life on this, and they don't want to admit that it's wrong. And so I've heard that be used as a reason as why like physics is stagnating, because
Yeah.
like it's
Ego gets in the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that makes sense. I've heard that.
It is sort of like the speed of sound. When we were first trying to like move faster than the speed of sound, people were like, "Oh, you can't move faster than the speed of sound. It's sound. It's so fast. You can't you literally can't move faster." And then someone did it.
Sonic boom.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, you can move faster than the speed of sound."
Right. So like to Liam's point, it's like we take it as law, and to same as Luke's point, take it as law until it's not. And
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like I mean, math and the physical reality go hand in hand because they're kind of used to describe each other, right? So like math didn't just exist. Like we observed things and we learned about we created math to describe the physical world.
Yeah.
And yeah, like and if we find something new with the physical world that we didn't know before, maybe our math doesn't reflect that properly.
Yeah, it's also like just like you said, we observe things in the natural world and then use math to describe it. If we don't have data about stuff, like we don't know what happens in a black hole, so we can't use math to
Right.
describe it.
Yeah.
So we don't know.